What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of Class of '83, the newest Netflix original movie that's directed by Atul. Before we begin, hey, if you like this channel, cool, hit that subscribe button for Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next. Hey, if you like this video, cool, hit the like button, as well as comment any below on any video you watch, including this one. So Class of '83 is about a character named Vijay Singh, who was played by Bobby Deol. He is a guy who was going after, in the early '80s, after this character named Kaliskar. And Kaliskar is your main top bad guy, your main top gang member, or the guy who runs the gang in Bombay and stuff like that. And he basically fails at his mission and is kind of demoted to taking care of and training students at a police academy. And in the process, he finds 5 students who he trains as like a secret army to take down Kaliskar's, basically his outfit, his gangmanship and stuff like that. And it basically tells the story of these 5 individuals who kind of are very headstrong and go forward, but they're not very smart, and they kind of do some things that aren't very couth. And it basically attaches itself to the Vijay Singh character, who has to kind of settle and right everything that has gone wrong between these 5 individuals, as well as trying to take down Kaliskar and whatnot. So with that said, when you're watching a movie like this, it's very much a revenge thriller. It's very much a revenge type movie, similar to something like Munich, where somebody has had some type of situation happen to them, and they want to take care of the problem as quick as possible, or as humanly possible without mass casualties. So coming into this movie as an American, as a person from the States, it's a very interesting movie to watch because it is very of the culture. The ideas being presented are very different than what I'm used to seeing. So watching a movie like this kind of opens my eyes to what the Indian culture is like, what Hindi culture is like when it comes to movie making. And once again, I'm proven surprised on how interesting these movies are. I mean, this movie is actually quite short for a Hindi film. It's only about 90 minutes long. And it's actually a very tight, very compact, but very interesting movie to watch these 5 characters, these 5 individuals who are going after this gang leader. Is, it's, you've seen it a billion times before, but I think the characters are interesting. I think they're well developed. I think the way they move, the way they pace, their morality is very kind of interesting and kind of cool to watch. It doesn't mean it's perfect, because it does, it does move quickly, so there are some plot holes and stuff like that. And to watch a character by, like Bobby Deol's Singh, it's interesting to watch because he's a very, he's a character that loves his family, that unfortunately wasn't there when his wife died. And you can see kind of the hurt when he comes across what his, 5 students that he put into place have been doing. So you really kind of feel the impact of his character and his arc. And you really kind of feel motivated to root for him when he is trying to do the best thing he can, as well as try to keep his family life intact, because his son really doesn't want anything to do with him and whatnot. And I think Bobby Deol in this movie is actually quite good. I think he's quite entertaining and quite introspective on how his life portrays in this movie. The head of the police department, the kind of head of the main corporation, is also corrupt. He's working for Kaliskar, and he is a character that, Singh was looking up to, but because of a mission that went wrong, and that this character had been the only person that knew about it, as well as Singh, it makes him kind of question the morality of the world around him. So when you see the eventual conclusion to his story, and then the 5 character story and the Kaliskar story, it's actually quite uplifting and quite entertaining and quite kind of justified in its meanings and what it's trying to do. And I just think it's an interesting story. I think it's a fun story, and it's a story that anybody could watch and anybody could sit down and be entertained by. Now, with that said, the only thing I truly have a problem with is the music. It's just not my cup of tea. It doesn't really fit the movie in my aspects. It doesn't mean it's, this isn't what a good, music for a Hindi film is like. I'm just saying from my point of view, it felt so out of place that it didn't really fit the movie very well. But I think the action is really nice. I think the suspense is really nice. And I think the moments of set pieces when they're there are really unique and really interesting and kind of cool to watch. It's a really kind of, in your face revenge action story that really plays out very well. So overall, I think this movie is really entertaining. I would stay away from the English dub version, which I tried to watch. It's pretty awful. You can't understand half the things that are being said because it's just poorly translated. So I would stick with the Hindi sub version with the subtitles included, the English subtitles, because it makes a lot more sense. And yeah, I think the characters, like I said, they're well-meaning and well paced and well fleshed out. And And I actually think Atul Sabharwal, who's the director of this movie, does a pretty decent job at directing. I think he has a good, well-rounded pace of action to him, and he knows how to set piece and stuff like that with his filmmaking. So definitely give it a watch if you're interested in checking out another culture's version of an action film, because I think it definitely does work. And, you know, it makes me once again, more interested to see these types of films and kind of expand my idea of what an action film can be from a different culture perspective. So, but yeah, that's my take on Class of 83. Thank you so much for watching. If you do decide to see it or you have seen it, let me know in the comments below what you think of it. But otherwise, there you go. Anyways, if you like my channel, as always, hit that subscribe button for Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next. Like I said, once again, if you like this video, cool, hit that like button. If you dislike it, it is what it is. But otherwise, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.